Alex, and congratulations to those top point earners. Congratulations to all of you. I'm so happy to be here to share with you a little bit about my journey, what I've learned along the way, and what's led me to be here with all of you at Plexus today. And to start, I'm going to share with you a phrase that I've removed from my vocabulary because it doesn't serve me, and frankly, I don't believe it serves anyone. I don't like anything about this phrase, which is good enough. That work is good enough. Your life is good enough.
Can't be good
that
enough.
guy is good enough. Right? It's not great. You can't even say it's good. It's just good enough. You know as leaders that excellence is hard. Good enough is mediocre. And we are not a mediocre group of people, am I right? When my daughters were young, a book was published called Good Enough Mother. I think the message was probably well-intentioned. Like, let yourself off the hook, don't stress about it, that kind of thing. But really, who wants to be a good enough mother? Show of hands. That's what I thought. I even saw a book in the past few years called, and I'm not kidding, Marry Him, the case for settling for Mr. Good Enough. I mean, really? Is this the message you want to share with your daughters? I know I don't. It sums up what good enough really means. It is to settle. People don't embrace good enough or look forward to good enough. We settle for good enough. When I look back, I realize that when I followed my intuition, it served me well, to where I rarely settled for anything that was good enough. I believe that attitude has brought me with you here today, and likely the same attitude has brought you here as well. As you know, I'm Scottish. And while, of course, Scotland is absolutely gorgeous, it doesn't have the best climate. It really does not. It is so far north in the winter, it gets dark at 3 p.m. When we water skied in the lochs, I always got brain freeze, and I honestly thought it was normal to get brain freeze when you went swimming. I really did. I thought that was totally normal. With that, along with the wind and the howling rain driving in from the North Sea and the Atlantic, it's probably not a surprise that I dreamed of warmer climates. In fact, when I was 7 years old, I distinctly remember watching Hollywood movies with my family and very clearly making the decision that I would live in a place that was warm, with blue skies and palm trees. Now, I live in Arizona, headquarters of Texas, and I may have gone a little overboard on that warmth thing. But I wasn't content to settle for grey skies and cold rain when I wanted something else for my life. A few years later, at 10 years old, my family traveled across Europe in a caravan. I think here in America you would call that a camper. While in Germany, my young brother and I were playing with some kids in the camping sites who were chasing us with squirt guns, shouting Wasserluger, Wasserluger, which is German for water pistol. And I didn't understand what they'd said. Consequently, I got a little very wet. So I again made a life decision on the spot that I would learn to speak different languages, particularly German. I didn't want to be limited in my communication, even as a young person. When I was in high school, we were able to take summer education trips abroad, which I took full advantage of to work on my language skills. You can see they're not really blonde. Yeah? Thank God for your problems, I worked and I studied in France and Austria, living in dorms with all kinds of international students. In Belgium, I actually worked as a nanny for the Stella Artois family. They were so wealthy, they gave me, the nanny, a BMW 7, but I had to drive it on the right side of the road. And we drive on the left. That was terrifying. But I committed to soaking up everything I could and learning as much as I could about other cultures and other places. I also worked on the Swiss-German border as a server in a castle, wearing a dirndl. What I think you'd imagine someone wearing in an Oktoberfest. I looked for a picture. I couldn't find one. That would be funny. At that time, I had no that men and women were treated any differently in the world or in business. My brother and I were raised in the exact same way, with the same expectations and same responsibilities. In fact, one summer, I signed up for a typing class, and my father made me stop and pulled me out. He said, "You'll always have your own secretary." Of course, that was before we knew the keyboards every day, so I'm still like this. To this day, single digits on the keyboard. I kind of regret missing that class now. But his message was clear and inspiring to me as a young girl. Don't settle. You are made to soar. I'm grateful for that reinforcement. When I was 17, I decided to do a 5-year degree in Scotland, spending the 4th year teaching English in Germany. There's a lot of little German people running around to this day saying, "we this," because I'm deliberately talking some Scottish as well. The university wanted me to major in French, so I had to find ways to build up my German capability because I wanted to major in German. I didn't like the idea that any door would be closed to me. If I wanted to major in German, that was my choice. If a door was closed, I would need to open it. I wouldn't settle for what anyone else might decide for me. Sometimes you have to fight back in order not to settle for what's right for you. At age 21, I took a job as a tour guide in Europe, traveling through German and French-speaking countries. And I was working with Italian drivers, didn't speak a lick of Italian, so that was interesting too. But I used some Latin and French and put an O on the end, and I loved doing that, but I knew it wasn't going to be my ultimate job. I wouldn't stop there. My aptitude tests had all pointed to sales and marketing, so even though I was earning a great wage as a tour guide, and that would have been a good enough career for me, I knew it wasn't going to put me on the path that I determined for myself. So, I came back to England and took a cubicle job in Boots, a big pharmaceutical company in England, in product management and marketing that would set me on the path I wanted. For less money, mind you, but I knew it was the path to my goal. I worked in Europe and sometimes behind the Iron Curtain, in countries that don't even exist anymore. I'm really aging myself now. Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, and the USSR. I've got to tell you a quick story about the USSR here. I'm in Red Square, Moscow. I'm the youngest in this delegation, this medical delegation, going into the American hotel in Red Square, the Mezhda Narodny. And suddenly the KGB literally grabbed me by the arm and pulled me out of the line. And I didn't understand what was going on. I'm standing there like this. And the head of the delegation, a very, very posh Englishman who's about 82 years old, going, "Unhand that woman, my man. She's with me." Well, that didn't work for the KGB, right? And so we had a Czech doctor with us who spoke Russian, and he's translating away. And then he basically tells me, and eventually they let me go. He tells me, "Oh, see, they've never seen a businesswoman, and they thought you were a prostitute trying to sneak in with the delegation." So there's me, a totally obscure graduate trainee in this great big Boots pharmaceutical company with 7,000 people at head office who all know that I was nearly arrested by the KGB for being a prostitute. That was business in the 80s. It was, people were not used to seeing business. I was in my little suit, with my briefcase and the whole bit. Anyway, I had lots of fun adventures behind the Iron Curtain, believe me. After a few years, I decided though that I wanted to branch out into consumer packaged goods, even though I had been pigeonholed by that time already by people I worked with into the pharmaceutical industry. You'll never get into consumer packaged goods, and I thought, well, I'll see about that. So again, I wasn't content to limit my career path choices, so I kept at it, and I finally landed a job in consumer goods with Wella Hair Care, which some of you might know. German company, so used to German. I always kept my eyes open for the next opportunity, not getting too comfortable. And when broader, more interesting opportunities weren't available where I was, I applied and was offered for a more senior marketing role in Avon. When Avon later decentralized, I was offered what was the crown jewel of marketing manager jobs in the UK. It was an amazing opportunity, and I could have taken it, but it didn't check all the boxes for me. I didn't go through all the hard work and language learning and international experience and nearly getting arrested by the KGB to focus only on the UK, right? I kept my eyes and ears open consequently and eventually landed a European role for Amway. I loved that job. I got to represent 33 countries across Europe and I reported into the US headquarters. The wonderful thing about this job was that it introduced me to a business model that I would fall in love with. Multi-level marketing, indirect selling, right? With Amway, I developed a strong commitment and passion for empowering people to achieve their dreams. I knew it would be my life's work. By this time, I was married, we had 2 daughters. I was traveling, I was growing, using my language skills in international business. I'm kind of on track to my goal. At age 40, I'm really aging myself, it seemed like we were living the life. But in reality, when I checked in with myself, we were just making ends meet. The cost of living in London was enormous. We didn't have the balance and fulfillment that I really wanted for us as a family. Still on the right path, but not quite there. As I was staying open to possibilities, I received an offer for a global role with Amway, which would mean a move to the US. Countries are getting closer. Not quite Michigan, but I was getting there. It was a much bigger role, provided much bigger scope, reach and impact, as well as much more financial freedom and the balance we craved as a family. So my husband and I packed the girls up, the dog, and we moved to Grand Rapids, Michigan from very different from London. Here's my Grand Rapidians here. Very different. And we had to tell our children we haven't become rich. It's just a different cost structure from London, believe me. A little bit of a culture shock. We had to leave our families behind, but we knew it was right for us. And that everything we'd worked for had led to this opportunity. And we committed to using planes for what they're for, connecting with family and friends. So we traveled a lot after that. This path has not consequently been without sacrifice. My lifelong choice not to settle, which as you heard was all the way back to that 7-year-old girl watching the Hollywood movies, comes at a cost of tough decisions and commitments to make it such, and you have to work at the transatlantic friends and relationships and family. So in the 40s, I did a lot of global travel for work and with my family as much as possible. We had friends all over the world. I spent 30% of my time in Asia for many years. We sailed, we skied, we explored. It made our little core family very, very close, and we still are. Ask anyone, they all know about my family. I probably bore them to tears about my family. We're very, very close. But it was at this point I made a mistake. I've told some of you about this one. It was a biggie. I didn't listen to my gut, I didn't listen to my intuition and what I knew what was right for us. I let my head be turned. I was VP of Global Brands at the time for Amway, launching nutrition and beauty products in 85 countries and supporting hundreds of thousands of independent business owners. When my head was turned by a fabulous offer from another pharmaceutical company in the East Coast. I'd been head of innovation at Amway at one stage, and this company wanted me to create an innovation division for them too. It would mean leaving one daughter behind to finish school, one starting a new high school with strangers. It was a tough decision, but we thought, and we talked ourselves into, with our heads, not our hearts, that it was the right thing for the family. Only about 8 months in, I knew it was the wrong move. I misdirect sales horribly. I personally found the pharmaceutical industry boring and unfulfilling. I could do the job with my eyes shut, but it was boring and unfulfilling. Even though it was such a good job, financially it was wonderful, there were many good things about the move, I wasn't willing to settle for it. The question I asked myself was, am I helping anyone live an empowered life in pharma? Not really. It was about the bottom line, shareholders and sick care. I was so far removed from the people we were supposed to be helping. Not the right fit for me at all. I missed the human connection that came with direct sales. Throughout these changes, my husband, some of you met him, continued to be supportive. He just asked, where are we going next? And I said, I don't know, but it'll be in direct sales. So we sold the house in a whole bit. Now that's not a good enough husband. That's an amazing husband. Ever since then, I've worked in direct sales, and it is one of the joys of my life. There have been hard choices all along the way. One company I worked with started down a path that didn't square with my sense of integrity. So I had to walk away. And that was difficult as the breadwinner. But it had to be done. When my mom was in her final days, she told me she wanted us to use my inheritance from her modest little home in Scotland towards a family cabin in Michigan, a place that the entire family had always loved. Michigan's kind of like one of our homes in America. Yeah, Michigan, right? And so that's what we did. And we have a lovely home on a little beach on a lake there. Moving there, I decided, okay, this is going, isn't it? I decided I was going to do my own thing. I was going to set up an internet marketplace for empowering women. And a few good guys. Love the guys. You see, regardless of what my parents had taught me, I had learned that in the corporate world, women's voices aren't always given the same level of importance as men's. And their choices and career paths are consequently often limited. I was and am still so passionate about empowering women and making sure they have all the choices available to them, whether they take them or not. I secured partners and investors, and we were 2 months in Michigan, and I was on a roll, and I got a call from Tara. And Tara and Alec and I had a great conversation. I swung by from visiting my daughter in LA, swung by to Arizona on my way home, had a great conversation with both of them, such fabulous servant leaders. And I explained to them my plan to create this business that would empower women. To which Tara and Alec responded, we have 700,000 women that need that. Not only are they servant leaders, they are amazing salesmen. And now we're in Scottsdale. Living a life of being true to yourself is rarely a straight path. I have made hard choices, taken the rocky road instead of the shortcut at times. I made mistakes, but by constantly checking in with myself, I took the path I believed I was meant to take. I'm also grateful to have discovered very early on and been encouraged by my parents and my teachers and my spouse to be me and not settle for less. In the corporate world, you're often required and encouraged to wear a mask. I couldn't do that. I never did that. I'm not one Janice at work and another at home or with my girlfriends. I'm just Janice. Just me. I didn't know how to be any other way. It didn't always work either, but that was all I knew how to do. Along the way, I learned not to compromise what I know is right and true for me. I hope that resonates with you too. The author Kristen Hanna says, finding your passion isn't just about careers and money, it's about finding your authentic self. Finding out who you are and staying true to who you are is a lifelong journey. A journey I am still traveling with you here at Plexus. A self-mastery guru that I've worked with for over 20 years in personal and professional development once said something that profoundly resonated with me. Based on worldwide research across the globe, what drives people of all economic statuses are 3 things. To love and be, this is what drives them, to love and be loved, to have personal power, and to make a difference. That's what drives all human beings. This clarification helped me focus on my core drivers. I've dialed into that inner voice by exercising personal power to make choices that are authentic to me. I've engaged family, friends, colleagues, and new contacts with love and opened myself to receiving it as well. And I continue to measure success in life by the positive difference I make in the lives of those I meet and those I work with. I hope this may be a way for you to double down on staying true to yourself in various seasons of life, as it has for me. I wish for you and all the women and men I reach and the Plexus reaches a life that is extraordinary, a life that brings you joy and fulfillment and success in whichever way you define it. And guess what? Everything, absolutely everything you need to create that life is right here, inside you. If you listen to that small voice your intuition. It will not steer you wrong. It will tell you what you need to know. Listen to that voice. Don't let it or you be diminished. You'll be amazed how it leads you to your dreams. You don't have to live a life that is good enough. You don't need to settle even if you've tried settling before. This is a lifelong journey of discovery. Listen to what you know is best for you, and you'll be living a life that absolutely astounds you. Thank you so much.